Hey everybody, welcome to the Hockey Pool. I'm going to take you through how to set up your box draft so your poolies can draft them online from a list of players that you set. All right, let's get going. There's a lot to get to here. All right, so I'm presuming you've already logged in, you've got your pool set up, and you're here on the administration page and you want to set up a box draft. So you're going to go here, over here, and it says configure box draft here. So there we go. We go to a configure box draft. Uh, you're going to choose the number of boxes, like how many individual groups of players they're going to select from. The default here is 21, and I think it might be 20 actually. I think I may have changed it to 21. And 6 players per box, 5, 4, whichever you prefer. You can set it there. If you want to set them up yourself, click that, and it's going to look an awful lot like entering players just in a regular um, draft if you're using the initialize and edit pool page. Uh, so this has got 21 different categories, and you can set a bunch of things in this UI here. So you can name the category. So let's call this one hot shots over here like that. And they're going to score as a forward. You can select any type of scoring that you want. So if you want to have a category that's drafting goalies, or if you want to draft players that get points for penalty minutes, if you want to draft teams, you've got team scoring in here you can set as well. And then how many do you want to pick from each of the players that you listen here? How many are you going to allow for your poolies to select? So I'm going to select one. We're going to do all of the leaders that you would expect here. And we're just going to type them in. And you can see as you type in the first few letters of a name, it'll come up with options. Just click on them. The important point is that the number at the end of the name gets picked in there. So I'm just going to fill out a few more here. And just because I don't have a list of them, I'm just going to pick names that I can think of off the top of my head while I'm typing and recording this. So you get them in here. You can, so I've got those selected, but they haven't been committed to anything yet. Down here, there's an update button, and I can press that, and it will enroll these players. Or if I just hit return, from the box, it will enroll these players, and you'll start to also see their stats for the current season. So you can see if you picked a good group of, players with kind of similar points per game. And you can do that and allow multiple selections. So all of that's really well and good. You might not have time to set up a box draft like that for yourself. So what you can do is every season we're going to pre-populate a list of box selections with similarly talented players in boxes, and some fun ones too. You're free to edit them after you use this, but if you click this here, it is going to fill out all of those box drafts from our pre-selected list. If you have a player in here, let's say, I think Draisaitl still has an injury report. Yes, if you have a player that has an injury that you've selected, it's going to show up in yellow, and it's going to have the little pop-up window that shows you what the injury is and what the status is. So here, on the injured reserve but expected to skate, so you can select them and put them in the pool, or if you like, if you think they're going to be back in time, if you think people will be tempted to draft that person. But anyway, so here it is all set up, and you can see that, at any point I just edited Leon and added him. You can override any of the selections, but if you do override and then save, don't hit this button again because it'll revert back to the original setup. So if you do want to edit, just go back to start. You can see Leon is there. If I did hit this again, you can see Leon's gone. It's back to Clayton Keller. Great. Now I've got this set up, and I like these player selections. So I'll save. And now I want my poolies to go and draft. So very, very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the poolie selection. So that means they can't see who other people have picked. And I think that's important until you lock drafting, that you kind of hide the people with the good suggestions from the people that need good suggestions. Anyways, you're then going to say show this button here, show box draft links. So this is by default first come first serve, which means that all you have to do is send this link to all of your poolies and say, hey, go and register here. And what happens when they do that is they are going to go here and they're going to enter an email address because they need to identify who they are in your pool. So, if and when they win, they can contact you. So I'm going to say I'm fred@foo.com. I'm not putting in a real email address. They don't have to either, as long as it looks like an email address. It will go in there, but it should be something that uniquely identifies them so that you can contact them later. We're not going to email them unless they ask us to. We don't email anybody except for you as administrator. And then it's going to say, hey, I don't see any teams for fred@foo.com right now. Please create a team name. So I'm going to call this, um, Joe's Bouncers, just because I like that as a team name. And then I'm going to create a team password so that I can come back and identify this as me in the future again. So right now I'm just going to make it a really dumb password, and I'm going to create that team. So they can bookmark this. This is going to take them directly to their pool standings page every day. In the meantime, they can make their selections. And so I'm just going to quickly go through here and click them. You can see they also get the games played and points from the regular season for these players, so they can try to make an informed decision. And I'm just going to go through, randomly pick these people. Oh, and I got to this pad stacker grab bag. There's two goalies that are available for selection, so I can select two. If I select, I'm going to select three by mistake here, just to show you how it remedies that, and then continue here. Oh, select two teams. Select two teams randomly here. And going through and filling this out as a user. There we go. And we're going to try and save it. And it's going to go, oh, wait a second, wrong number of players selected in round 11, the pad stacker grab bag. I selected three, I can only select two. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to correct that. I'm going to say, well, I didn't want him. And I'll save it. Boom. And then it's going to send them over to the stats page. And you can see here, there's Joe's Bouncers, but the administrators locked the viewing of other players' teams, so you can't copy them. In any case, they're selected. This is after the first day of points that I'm recording this, so even though it's the playoffs, there's points already. That's how you set it up. I think that's pretty much all you need to know. If you want to set up so they have a very specific email address or a specific team that you want to have a special password, you can disable first come first serve, and then you have to send this unique link to each of your participants. I think that's more work than you need. It's there if you really, really require it, but I would recommend just keep first come first serve. Then, of course, once the playoffs, once you lock drafting, you can then unhide poolie selections. And then when you view the daily stats page, you will see the teams that they picked. Except this pool is set up to my new display. You can see the players that each team selected. All right, there's the hockey pool. Good luck. Draft a good team.